everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I am Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 12th of May 2022. Let's start. Which country has reported a rare viral infection called monkeypox? So a person in the United Kingdom has been diagnosed with the rare viral infection monkeypox, and the patient recently came back from the country Nigeria and has been receiving the treatment at the hospital. So monkeypox occurs predominantly in Central and in the Western Africa, and most of its infections last till 2 to 4 weeks and result in swelling of the lymph nodes as well as cause rashes on the body. Okay. Now, a few days back we have talked about H3N8. What was the news? So the first case of H3N8 strain of the bird flu was spotted in the China's Henan province, right? And the second case of H5N1 bird flu was reported in USA, and the first case of this bird flu was found in UK. Fine. So usually this type of bird flu is detected in the birds, horses, or in dogs. Now apart from it, every year World Thalassemia Day is observed on 7th of May across the world to create awareness about the disease and to sensitize about the struggle of the patients who are suffering from this disease. Okay, so this is a kind of genetic blood disorder that does not let the body to create enough hemoglobin, and the theme for this year's World Thalassemia Day is Be Aware, Share, Care, working with the global community as one to improve the thalassemia knowledge. Okay, so this was the whole theme. Do remember that it is observed on 7th of May. Let's move to the next question. John Lee, who was in the news recently, is the newly elected leader of which country? So John Lee was elected as Hong Kong's next leader by an election committee who cast their votes in a secret ballot. And the committee included around 1,500 largely pro-Beijing members. And talking about John Lee, he was formerly Hong Kong's chief secretary, and he will begin his 5-year term. And whom he has replaced? Carrie Lam. Fine. And Hong Kong is a special administrative region of China which returned to the Chinese rule in 1997 from the UK. Right? Now China was in news for a few things. For example, recently a security pact has been signed between the China and the Solomon Islands. Why? To enhance the existing cooperation arrangements with the Solomon Island, right? And also China is the president of the BRICS for the year 2022. And last year the president was India for the year 2021. And talking about BRICS, it consists of 5 countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. South Africa is the latest country to join this organization, right? Then China was in news for the Beijing Winter Olympics, in which the medal tally was topped by the country Norway with total 16 gold. Then second position was occupied by Germany with total 12 gold, and third was China with 9 gold. Okay, who would be the host for 2026 Olympics? This is Milano Cortina. Fine. Next question. Carlos Alcaraz, who won the Madrid Open title recently, is from which country? So the 19-year-old Spaniard, means he belonged to Spain, Carlos Alcaraz has become a sensation in the tennis after his 2 Masters 1000 titles, including the Madrid Open. So he beat defending champion Alexander Zverev and Novak Djokovic in his previous round, and it is his 4th title of the year, including the victory at the Miami Open in the month of April. Okay, so he became the first player since David Nalbandian in 2007 to defeat 3 top 4 players at a single Masters 1000 event. Fine. So you have to remember that Madrid Open title has been won by Carlos Alcaraz and he belonged to the Spain. Let's talk about some of the important Grand Prixes for the year 2022. First of all, the Australian Grand Prix has been won by Charles Leclerc. Then Saudi Arabian Grand Prix 2022 was won by Max Verstappen. After that, there was Bahrain Grand Prix 2022 and the winner was again Charles Leclerc. Fine. Now what was the venue of the FASA International Championship World Para Athletics? So the venue for this event would be Dubai. Fine. You have to tell me who has won the inaugural Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, means who has won the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in the year 2021. Do let me know in the comments. Next question. What is the maximum age to enroll in the Atal Pension Yojana? So Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana and Atal Pension Yojana. These 3 schemes have completed 7 years of providing social security net. Okay. So more than 4 crore individuals have subscribed to the Atal Pension Yojana so far, and to enroll in the pension scheme, a person must be in the age group of 18 to 40 years. And one can get a monthly pension of 1000 rupees to 5000 rupees depending on the monthly premium. Fine. So correct answer would be 40 years. Now apart from it, Union Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Anurag Thakur, said that a budget of 363 crore rupees has been allotted to take up the world's largest film restoration project. And the project is undertaken under National Film Heritage Mission of the Information and Broadcasting Ministry. So about 2200 Indian films would undergo the restoration at the National Film Archive of India, that is NFAI. Fine. So you can be asked that National Film Heritage Mission is associated with which union ministry? Answer would be Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and not Ministry of Tourism. Don't forget it. Okay. Next question. Cyclone Asani, which developed over southeast regions of the Bay of Bengal, was named by which country? So Cyclone Asani, which developed over southeast regions of Bay of Bengal and intensified into a severe cyclone recently, was named by the country Sri Lanka, and it means wrath, or you can say anger. Okay. So as per the Indian Meteorological Department, the cyclone would recurve over the sea away from the coast and it would not cross Andhra Pradesh, Odisha or West Bengal. So under its influence, some coastal districts of Odisha are predicted to have the heavy rainfall. Fine. So talking about some of the important cyclones. First is Cyclone Taukte. It was the first cyclonic storm of the year 2021 that emerged from the Arabian Sea, and it hit the southern Gujarat, and it was classified as very severe cyclonic storm, right? And this name Taukte was given by the country Myanmar. Then second is Cyclone Yas. It was formed in Bay of Bengal and it hit the West Bengal and the adjoining Odisha coast in the month of May last year, and the name of cyclone was given by the country Oman. Fine. Then second is Cyclone Gulab. So it hit the northern Andhra Pradesh and the adjoining Odisha coast in the month of September. Can you tell me which cyclone is termed as the offspring of Cyclone Gulab? Do let me know in the comments if you remember. Next is cyclone Nisarg. It is the second pre-monsoon cyclone that emerged from the Arabian Sea and it hit the Mumbai. Fine. Next is cyclone Amphan. It was the powerful tropical cyclone that hit the Indian states of Odisha and West Bengal, and it was the first pre-monsoon supercyclone of this century that emerged from the Bay of Bengal. Fine. Next question. Which state launched the Latalakshmi Scheme 2.0? So Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan recently launched the Latalakshmi Scheme 2.0 and a Ladli e-application Samvad was also launched. And the state government would pay the full admission fees of girl student in medical colleges, IITs, IIMs or any other institute. And a sum of 25,000 rupees will be given separately in 2 installments to the girl student who take admission in the college after passing the class 12. Fine. Now let's talk about another scheme called E-Adhigam. It was in news few days back and it belonged to the state Haryana. And under this, the Haryana government would provide the tablets to the students, to almost 5 lakh students. Okay. Next is Nethanna Bima Scheme. This scheme belonged to the state Telangana, and under this the insurance coverage would be extended, right? So 12,000 crore rupees was allocated for the textile sector in its recent budget and 300 crore rupees was allotted to the handloom weavers. Fine. So only thing you have to remember is E-Adhigam scheme belonged to the state Haryana and Nethanna Bima is from Telangana. Next question. Who is the first Indian woman to climb 5 peaks above 8,000 meter? So a 30-year-old woman named as Priyanka Mohite is now known as the first Indian woman to climb the 5 peaks above 8,000 meter. And she has achieved this success after ascending the Mount Kanchenjunga, which is 8586 meters above the sea level and also the 3rd highest mountain on the planet. So in the year 2013, she scaled the highest peak in the world called Mount Everest, which stands at 8848 meters. And Mohite has also received the Tenzing Norway Adventure Awards 2020. Fine. Then apart from it, the Ministry of Home Affairs recently gave security clearance to the new promoters of Jet Airways that they can now resume the commercial operation in the country. Fine. So the Jalan Kalrock Consortium is currently the promoter of the Jet Airways, which was owned and run by Mr. Naresh Goyal for over 20 years before it became bankrupt. Fine. Next question. Which racing driver won the inaugural Miami Grand Prix championship? So Red Bull's Max Verstappen defeated the title rival Charles Leclerc's Ferrari to win the inaugural Miami Grand Prix after a hard-fought race. And he became the first driver in 17 years to win the Grand Prix from outside the front row in the US. Okay. So Spanish racing driver Carlos Sainz finished in the 3rd place and it was his 2nd consecutive win. Okay. Now apart from it, the Lokpal of India is set to move into a permanent office at the World Trade Center in South Delhi. And Justice Pinaki Chandra Ghosh was appointed as India's first Lokpal along with the 8 other members in the year 2019. So Lokpal is the anti-corruption ombudsman to investigate the complaints against the public functionaries including the Prime Minister, and the new office has been purchased for 254 crore rupees according to the Department of Personnel and Training, which is the administrative department for the Lokpal. Okay. So you can be asked that which Indian state or union territory houses the permanent office of Lokpal. Answer would be New Delhi. Next question. Former World Bank economist Rodrigo Castro sworn in as the president of which country? So Costa Rica's new president Rodrigo Castro was sworn in recently. and the former World Bank economist won a 4-year term last month against the former president Jose Maria. Okay, so Costa Rica, with a population of around 5 million, is considered as one of the most politically stable countries in the Central America, and at present it has a rising foreign debt about 70% of GDP, poverty rate of 23%, and unemployment is nearly just 14%. Fine. Now apart from it, eminent ODI writer Rajat Kumar Kar, who is a Padma Shri awardee, passed away recently at the age of 88 years due to heart-related problem. So he was conferred with the Padma Shri in the year 2021 for literature and education, and he was known for his commentary during the annual Rath Jatra for 6 decades, and also he played a huge role in the revival of Odisha's dying art of Pala. Fine. So you can be asked that Rajat Kumar, who recently passed away, was associated with which field? Answer would be literature. Okay. Next question. What is the sanctioned strength of the Supreme Court of India? So the Union government has recently notified the appointment of Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia, who is the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, and the Justice Jamshed Burjor Pardiwala, who is the judge of the Gujarat High Court, as the judges of the Supreme Court. And with this appointment, the Supreme Court will regain the sanctioned strength of total 34 judges, as the current strength is only 32. And Justice Pardiwala will also be in line to become the Chief Justice of India as well. Fine. So these were the most important news and current affairs from today. And now we'll come to the revision section. First of all, we'll talk about some of the important ranks and indices. Who topped the Forbes 36th annual World's Billionaire list of 2022? So in this topper was the CEO of Tesla, Mr. Elon Musk. Which state topped the Niti Aayog's State Energy and the Climate Index round 1? So talking about the largest state category, the topper state was Gujarat, then it was followed by Kerala and then Punjab. Okay, and if you talk about the smaller state category, then the topper state was Goa, then second was Tripura, and the third was Manipur. Fine. And in terms of union territory, the topper was Chandigarh, and then at second place it was Delhi. Fine. So the bottom states in this ranking were Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand. Fine. So this index basically ranks all the states and the union territories based on the efforts that they have put towards improving their energy consumption, energy access, or in safeguarding their environment. Okay. Next question. Which Indian billionaire topped the Huron richest self-made woman in the world 2022 in the country? So basically 3 Indian women were featured in this list, and the first among all of them were Falguni Nair from Nykaa. Okay. And who were the other 2 ladies? Second was Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, and the third was Radha Vembu. Who topped the 2022 M3M Huron Global Rich List issued by Huron Indian Associated with Reality, a research and luxury publication group? Answer is again Elon Musk. Don't forget that only one Indian was nominated in this ranking, and who was that? Mukesh Ambani. Okay. And also Mukesh Ambani won 2 of the titles. First is Richest Telecom Entrepreneur title, and second is Richest Man in India and Asia. Fine. Which country topped the medal tally in the ISSF World Cup 2022? So this event took place at Cairo in Egypt, and the topper was India with total 7 medals. Okay. So in this 4 were gold, 2 were silver, and 1 was bronze. Fine. And which country came at second place? It was Norway, and the third was France. Which state topped the list at the national level in full immunization coverage? So this state is Odisha. Fine. Now in the next slide we will see some of the important exercises that were in news. Khanjar is a joint special forces exercise held between India and which other country? So Khanjar is the exercise between India and Kyrgyzstan. Varuna is the bilateral naval exercise between India and which country? So Varuna is the exercise between India and France. Which is the venue of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium Maritime Exercise 2022? So the venue for this event is Goa. In March 2022, which edition of the CLAT bilateral naval exercise between India and Sri Lanka took place? So this was the 9th edition of CLAT, and CLAT is the exercise between India and Sri Lanka. Prasthan is an offshore security exercise conducted by which Indian armed force? So it is conducted by Indian Navy in every 6 months to ensure our offshore security. Exercise Dustlik is a joint defense exercise held between the armed forces of India and which other country? So Dustlik is the exercise between India and Uzbekistan. Fine. Now in the last slide, we'll see some of the important current affairs related to venue. Which is the venue of the 19th Asian Games scheduled to be held in 2022? So it was actually scheduled to be held in Hangzhou in the country China, but now it has been postponed due to COVID-19 pandemic. Which is the venue of the Semicon India Conference 2022? So the venue of this event is Bangalore. Which is the venue of the Conference of High Court Chief Justices 2022? This is New Delhi. Which is the venue of International Conference on the Pharma and the Medical Devices Sector 2022? Again, answer is New Delhi. Which is the venue of Asia's biggest international food and hospitality fair, AHAR 2022? Answer is New Delhi, and it was organized by APEDA in collaboration with ITPO, means Indian Trade Promotion Organization, right? Which is the venue of the Khelo India University Games 2021 being held in April to May 2022? So venue for this event was Bangalore, and you have to tell me who was the first runner-up and the second runner-up in this game. I'm not asking about the winner but about the runner-ups. Do let me know in the comments. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.